Dr. Chris is with us now to talk through today's health headlines, and we're starting with a story that's bound to be a big concern for anyone who's suffering from a food allergy. Well, a reckless restaurant owner has been jailed for 6 years for the manslaughter of a customer who had an allergic reaction to a curry that was wrongly sold as peanut-free, when in fact the owner had replaced ground almonds with a peanut mix because they are cheaper to buy. And Dr. Chris joins us now. This is Mohammed Zaman, who was the restaurateur, caused the death of 38-year-old Paul Wilson. He cut corners and perhaps didn't realise, although he had caused a similar problem, although the young girl didn't die about 3 weeks before by cutting corners, that by cutting those corners you can kill someone.
Absolutely. I mean, he admits he wasn't in the restaurant at the time, but what they'd done, they were using a cheaper alternative in the preparation of the food. They were using groundnut oil, which is peanut. Right? It's derived from peanuts. So there was a cheaper alternative. The customer, when they ordered the takeout, stressed no nuts. And this was written in the restaurant, no nuts on the order, and no nuts on the
Well,
it was written
yeah.
on his.
It was
written
yeah.
on his receipt, and it was written on the top of his takeaway.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, this is the first prosecution of its kind, and it probably will not be the last. 3 weeks earlier, a teenager had gone to another restaurant owned by the same guy, and she had suffered an allergic reaction.
And that's the thing, these allergic reactions can vary from person to person. Symptoms can vary. They can be very mild to fatal, as we've just heard.
Yeah, it's like any medical condition. There's a spectrum from mild to severe. And some people have mild reactions, you know, to nuts, etc., where they just get a bit of a tingling on the lips or tingling on the tongue. But the more severe reaction, it's horrendous when you see it. Anaphylactic shock, it's called. They suddenly react to, let's say, peanut in the food. The lips swell, the tongue swell, the throat swell, the face swells, they have hives all over the body, a rash, they're itching, and then the throat is swelling, so they're gasping for breath and wheezing, and they collapse. And
this is it's widespread. Since December 2014, takeaways and restaurants have been required by law to let customers know if any of the 14 dangerous allergens are ingredients in their food, and that includes peanuts and eggs and milk and fish and crustaceans, mustard. The FSA, the Food Standards Agency, said people are often still not given the information. In a survey that they did, more than 1,000 people, 1 in 4 said they or a family member had suffered an allergic reaction whilst eating out. So restaurants, not all restaurants, many restaurants, most restaurants taking it seriously, but some obviously not.
That's right. And there are other concerns as well. You can be looking at, say, labels or talking to restaurant owners about peanuts and peanut oil, but there's an oil called Arachis oil. A-R-A-C-H-I-S, Arachis. Arachis oil is peanut oil. So if you see Arachis oil on a label, that's containing peanuts. And, you know, is that being used in restaurants as a shortcut, you know?
Well, certainly a shot across the bow to any other restaurateurs who are cutting corners there.
I mean, one example, I think, is a girl who worked at this morning years ago. She suffered a reaction.
Yeah.
She was on holiday in Budapest, a reaction to, obviously, peanuts.
This is Amy Mayshede, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had an EpiPen with her, you know, which is an adrenaline which you inject straight away. And she developed this anaphylactic shock. She collapsed. She had a cardiac arrest. Took 6 minutes to revive her, and she's been left with permanent brain damage.
It's such an incredibly sad story. Yeah, she was 20 months in hospital, and hopefully she'll be going home very soon.
If I just mention one thing, if you've got allergies in your family, you know, hay fever, eczema, asthma, there's an allergy-prone condition there in your family, and you might have allergy to various food substances.
And you can be tested for it?
Of course, yeah. I mean, if you think that there's an allergy, you know, in your children, whatever, you go to the GP, they can be referred to a specialist and tested for allergies to various things.
And as we always say here, lots of love to Amy, who's a much-loved member of our team. Love to her and love to her family as well. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.